Hey, welcome to Flash Library, the podcast where we turn powerful books into fun, fast, and super digestible episodes, so even people who don't have time to read can get smarter. I'm your host, and today we're diving into one of the most powerful marketing books ever written, Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. If you've ever tried to sell something and people just didn't get it, felt that your website or social media looks nice but doesn't deliver results, or said, I help people reach their full potential, and seen blank stares, then this episode is for you. Let's dive in. Building a story brand isn't just another branding book, it's a communication blueprint based on something humans have loved forever: stories, movies, books, legends. Why do they grab our attention so well? Because they all follow a structure that our brains respond to automatically. It's how we're wired. So instead of confusing your customers with complicated language and technical details, Donald Miller says, make your brand follow the same structure as an engaging story. And the result? More attention and more trust, more sales, without needing to be a master at persuasive writing. Let's be honest, most brands fail at communication because they're too focused on themselves. They say things like, we are a leading provider of innovative solutions that empower clients through integrated systems of value alignment. Seriously? What does that even mean? Customers aren't interested in how smart you sound. They want to know the benefit for them. That's what StoryBrand fixes. Here's the twist. Most companies try to be the hero. But in the StoryBrand framework, the customer is the hero. You are the guide. Let that sink in. You're not Luke Skywalker. You're Yoda or Obi-Wan or even Haymitch from the Hunger Games. A bit rough around the edges, but full of wisdom. The story isn't about your journey. It's about the customer's journey, and you're there to help them win. That mindset shift changes everything. Now let's explore the 7 elements of the StoryBrand framework with more detail and real examples. The customer is the character in the story, and they want something. Not 20 things, one clear thing. For example, I want to grow my business. I want to have clear skin. I want to save time cooking. The more specific you are, the more the customer sees themselves in the story. A little trick: check out Amazon reviews in your niche. People literally tell you what they want in their own words. And of course, every story needs conflict. No conflict, no story. This is where Donald Miller introduces a brilliant concept. Every problem has 3 layers. External, the surface issue, I need a new laptop. Internal, the deeper frustration, I feel unproductive and embarrassed in meetings. Philosophical, the bigger picture, no one should feel trapped because of bad technology. If you only talk about external problems, you sound like everyone else. But when you touch on the internal pain, bingo, you connect emotionally, and that sparks action. Now let's talk about you, the guide. To be a good guide, you need to show 2 things. Empathy, we understand your struggle. And authority, we've helped thousands. This balance makes people trust you. Too much authority and you'll sound arrogant. Too much empathy and you'll seem unsure. For example, we know how frustrating skin issues can be. That's why we've helped over 10,000 people clear their skin with our simple 3-step system. Simple, confident, and empathetic. Now, on to the plan. People don't like confusion. They want a clear, simple plan. Even if your service or product is complex, break it down like this. Schedule a consultation. Receive your personalized plan. Feel confident again. Now the customer knows what to do. They see a clear path, which reduces fear and builds trust. Think of it as a GPS. You don't want to drive in the dark. You want clear steps and a visible destination. Next, it's time to call the customer to action. Don't be afraid to ask, literally. Buy now. Start your free trial. Schedule a session. Avoid vague suggestions like, feel free to explore our website. Be clear, be direct, because confused people don't buy. Donald Miller recommends having a primary call to action, the main thing you want them to do, and a transitional call to action, which is a low-commitment option like downloading a free PDF or joining a webinar. This helps capture those who aren't ready to buy just yet. After that, talk about what will happen if they don't take action. People are more motivated to avoid pain than pursue pleasure. It's just human nature. So if you don't mention the consequences of inaction, you'll lose sales. For example, without a clear message, you'll keep losing customers. Without a system, your team will remain overwhelmed. If you continue to neglect your health, things will eventually catch up with you. Don't overdo it, but be honest about the stakes. Now the fun part, the happy ending. Imagine this. Imagine walking into your next client meeting with complete confidence. Imagine having a website that works for you, not against you. Imagine being proud of your skin again. Let them visualize this transformation, because if they can see it, they'll go after it. Before we finish up, here's an example of how a brand story can be transformed. At Covey Lawn, we offer professional landscaping services that enhance your home's beauty. Sounds generic, right? After applying StoryBrand, too many homeowners feel embarrassed by their yard. At Covey Lawn, we create stunning outdoor spaces so you can enjoy the feeling of coming home. See the difference? Now it's about the customer, with a clear emotional focus. Now here are 3 simple actions you can take today. Rewrite your bio or tagline so it's about the result your customer wants, not just what you do. Review your website. Is it clear what problem you solve and what action to take? Create a 1-sentence statement. We help target audience solve problem so they can benefit. For example, we help new entrepreneurs create simple websites so they can attract more clients. Use that across LinkedIn, emails, and presentations. It works. Building a story brand isn't about hype, it's about clarity. And clarity always wins, because if you confuse, you lose. But if you invite your customers into a clear, compelling story, they'll listen, they'll trust you, and they'll buy. All right, that's the wrap for today's episode of Flash Library. If you found this valuable, share it with a friend who's been struggling to explain what they do. And don't forget to follow the podcast so you never miss an episode. Next week, we'll dive into another book that might just change your perspective, all in just 20 minutes or less. Thanks for listening. And remember, you're not the hero, you're the guide. Catch you next time.